Are we having fun yet? Yes, we are. Welcome to the Kingdom. I'm Andy, and welcome to my season one finale base tour. Um, yes, I thought I would show you guys around because you guys kept asking about it. Pretty much. Um, we can show you everything I did for season one, and I decided when I built this, started building everything, that I was going to do things way differently than everybody else. So, I hope I have a jetpack on. Yes, I do. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. Cool. Okay, so here we are. I guess now that we're running around the bottom, I'll switch on these. I hope you guys are having a great day. As I stuff my mouth full of nuts. Okay, so, starting off this entire base thing, I started off with, like, right here. This is where I was. First thing I built was this one right here. This one is my iron, like, simple stuff. So I have screws being built, iron bars if I needed them for any reason, iron plates, and iron rods. And I don't think I. The only thing I've done in here is upgraded. I upgraded my belts. And even then, I think I only upgraded the belts. This is, I think, only, not even the latest one. I could upgrade my belts even more. Yeah. Yeah, they're not even the max. They're just still, I think, Mark 3. But, like my bases, my things, I was always making sure that I had a way of getting up to get everything done, what I wanted to do, and I also made sure I always had access to my ceiling for some reason, even though there's nothing up here. I always made sure I had a chance to come up here. So this thing built just those things, and I do have to say that I would like to, the one thing that I didn't do that everyone else does is, like, this building just does that, and I come and grab it every once in a while, but after that point, it's a little useless. Over here is cement. This is my cement base, and I did upgrade it a little bit because it was running a little slow, and I had more aspirations, and so it's not that complex. There's just a basic ceiling, and things making stuff. I did upgrade it a little bit. About the same time I upgraded the other one for belts. It wasn't, nothing major. I also, one of the things is I started making my towers, and it was the beginning of me loving to utilize walls for organizing my belts. I started loving to do that. So I went over here, I built this to go feed over to it. And at that point, this center section right here was the same as my sorter base. I had made a sorter base right here in the center. And it was simple. It didn't do anything complex, and it left a lot of pieces out. And so when I destroyed this when I built that over there. But we'll go see that, because that's my pride and joy. That is something I don't see in anyone else's base at all. Is a sorter base. Okay, so up here I had more iron nodes, so I decided in this one I would build the little bit more complex thing. So I have frames. Wait for it to load. I had the more complicated iron plates, and I had the more complicated rotors coming in here. And this is the point in which, slightly before update 2. and I had to utilize the old-fashioned way of getting things up and down. I don't know if any, like, I know everyone here has seen those type of stuff, but it's so much fun. Like, those things were fun to try to figure out. Now you don't even have to worry about it. You have it in stuff. And so this one, I believe, was I had to utilize 2 floors in order to do. Yep, 2 floors. And yeah, it was really good. Another ceiling. Is there anything else that I do? Oh yeah, I'm trying to do it in order of when I built them. And of course, my wife, I don't know, but my wife always texts me during my stream. Okay. So, the next one I built was... I'm turning around a little bit. Oh. I should have come back the other way. Now, when you start off everything, you also have a copper mine that you do utilize. And I don't even know if I have... I'll show you. I might as well show everything I did in this season, whether or not you guys, you know, the more fun stuff's later on. But yeah, this is the copper mine. It also was upgraded because you can tell that I didn't finish it again. But it's basically copper wire, and then back it a little bit is making it into stuff. What do I have in here? So there you go. That one. Well, it's the finale of Season 1. Season 2 is tomorrow. We're starting all over, and we got Update 3. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow. I am so looking forward to it. You do not know. Okay, over here is my first attempt at utilizing trucks. And I found out I don't like using trucks to move things around. But I was using the Keanedom. I don't know how to say it. Excuse me. Keanedom. Can't watch season 1, season 2? I'm sorry. So I do have a Keanedom mine. It's over there. I will get to that later. It's simple. I started, you know, trying to make things a little bit more fancy. But when, oh no. Well, I'm completely out of order now, but whatever. This is my... Okay, so Phase, I'm going to do Satisfactory Season 2 tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's new, it's fancy. I'm going to be obsessed about it. I'm doing it all this week. Next week, I'll bring back... I might, like, it depends on you guys. If you guys are like, I love... Wow. Yeah, I'm going to do it all this week. All week. You will be able to see me play Season 2. So don't worry about it. This is my steel plant. Again, like, I'm starting to figure out stuff. I've started figuring out how to use lifts. Trying to figure out how to organize things. I'm getting a little better at it. Sorry, I can't start on Wednesday. I have to start it tomorrow. The only thing you're gonna miss, Phase, is like the beginning stuff, and I don't think that's gonna be any different. So yeah, this is starting to get a little bit more fancy. I have a lot more stuff going on. Iron mixed with steel, mixed with everything. I am starting to use my things to organize stuff and my first assembler. Season 2, I am starting scratch. So I will be starting a completely new game. I will be starting the new game in the new zone that they revamped and set it up so that you can have a starting area over there, which will be on the map. It will be over here. Like the part I haven't been in at all, I will be there, which is the reason why I'm picking it. So like I will be able to explore this part of the map, which I've never seen, and be able to see all the new stuff. So let's see how many. Look at this. This is. It's been running. Finally, been running long enough so that it is completely full of heavily modular frames. That's awesome. So, Face, I don't know if you're gonna miss anything major. I don't think I'm gonna get to too much new stuff. I know. I'm Kibitz. I'm Kibitz. I don't know his how he says his name, but he'll be streaming for 8 hours, so he'll get a lot further than me. But he also then starts super modding everything, and I won't. So I know I'll be a little different than him. Here we go. This is me doing experiments. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. A boomer meme? I don't know any boomer memes. I'm not a boomer. My parents are baby boomers. I am, I think they said Generation X. For the longest time. I don't know if they've switched it. But this right here is my train station for the stuff, and I'm gonna go over there. But before that, actually, let's do it everything in order-ish. I don't even know if the trains are running right now or anything, because I only recently figured out how to do that. Facebook. Face is when you read with your face in your book. That's a Facebook. Okay, so over there is my cadmium mine, and it runs everything down. So I started using my towers more, and that's where it was being ran over to me by truck, which I moved. But I made that mine. I got everything situated. Everything looks kind of good. I don't think this train is running anymore. That's weird. Only boomers would say that? No. Also old, like my parents were born in the year that baby boomers was, and I was born to them. And you can't have a baby boomer be born to a baby boomer. I know I'm old, but I was always told that Generation X was slightly after baby boomers because it's sit there. I was at the cutoff though. I think every time I hear the cutoff, it was like the year before I was born. So I have the knowledge. I was playing video games when it was on a floppy disk. And when I say a floppy disk, I mean the floppy disks that were actually flappy. I'm old school. Yep, the train's not moving. That's not good. Let's go check this thing. So over here where I was always told... Let's get this thing a little faster. If I die, I die. Roblox? No, I'm not playing Roblox. I tried playing Roblox and I can't. It just... It's not complex enough for me. Even though it is complex in certain ways, I can't do it. It doesn't interest me at all. And by the way, Roblox is not Generation X either. That's a millennial thing. So you've switched from one to the other. You've skipped me entirely. Generation X, we're the ones that got the Nintendo first. Did I? I never started this thing back. Oh my goodness, this thing has not been running forever. Yeah, I know there's certain games, but most of the time you're not playing those games, and nothing is very complex for very long. Which is what kills me for it. Okay, well this thing now runs. This is my oil base that I started. And power B. I did have a back in my base I did have, I think I found a coal plant and I made a whole bunch of coal, but I deleted it because I didn't need it anymore. And I had to usurp it for steel because it was over near my steel plant. I always forget that you can't land on that section. Okay, so this is all the power and everything running. But this is just normal fuel on the majority of this particular power base. And like this one, the base is actually... Okay, boomer. The only problem with that saying is because they say okay boomer to anything past millennial, which there's like 3 or 4 different types. It's always funny though. I don't mind. I like my dad. You can call me I'm my dad's age. But he is 20 years older than me though. So I'm looking good for my age now. Okay, and this is the big, gigantic... This is oil production over here. And this, when I started to get this thing in, is when I really got my belts going from base to base, using towers and everything like that. Utilizing multiple big sections. This is what made supercomputers. I have a lot of supercomputers now. Not much used supercomputer. I'll Google it. We're millennials. We don't spell anything. We Google it. So this is my computer base. It's not very fancy, but I was trying to use things along walls and get them sorted properly, split off. I thought I was pretty proud of the way I have this thing set up, where things would snake in and then sort off. And sort off properly with all the things they needed. The only thing I usually run out of is Keanedom, for like everything. it's I was pretty proud when I built this one. Back there, I'm not going to show you. Back there, all it is wire, all the iron production, and then I had to belt it in. And yeah, that was pretty good. Over here, we have just storage. I have miscellaneous storage of a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I never actually did take all this stuff and send it to my main base. I should have done that. But this is oil production and the beginnings of power. And I'm starting to get a little bit more advanced. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a more advanced. Like I was gonna have my train over there when we finally got trains. But no, I decided I put it over here, and this was my first attempt at trains, not really remembering not knowing how they worked. So now I know how they work, and I built all my other train sections. Wow, that's a lot of loading of stuff. That just tells me that I haven't been running this thing in a long time. This train I haven't needed to use in forever, and therefore it's been off. Whatever update they had, which redid the autopilot for trains, I didn't actually turn the autopilot on for this train. I feel so bad. But this train hasn't been running since then. But yeah, first power. Yeah, that was fun. And I would normally, before I made my train station, there's a path in the back that I'd have to run along. And that big tower system is the huge tower system I use for Keanedom, which I didn't even finish. It's just a platform, and then it goes along pillars. I love my pillars, though. I love how that organizes everything, and it's not just the belt running along the ground, which I hate. It looks, you know, more organized. It might be just me being weird, but it always seems more organized. So let's go get on the other train. We can start looking at all the stuff I made along my train system, which is that right there. Let's see if we can beat that there. Actually, before we do that, let's show you the creme de la creme. So this was the last stream. This is my vending machine. It was a failure because I didn't make what I wanted to make, but it was a rounding success because I know I could do it. So, at a future point, I will be doing that with, I think, supercomputers. I think that entire giant building and all the other buildings around it, making supercomputers, I'll be able to do in a giant tower. I'll probably do it for season 2. This is one of the things I'm the most proud of right here. This is my sorting tower. So we have the tower on the top. We have the hub on the side. We have this, which will take anything you want, so I can start unloading stuff. I don't need these things right now. Computers. I'll take those. We don't need these. We don't need as many of these. And it takes it. And since I'm showing you, I can actually show you. Takes it up the top. First thing it does is it runs. Okay, let's see if I can get up here. Please say I can. Okay. It runs it up here, and there's a few things it will do. Limestone, it will automatically turn into concrete. I don't have a spot for it to come out. Any type of ores, they'll be automatically smelted into better ores. Area encumbrances turn into biomass. That one, I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. Iron ore, and then all the slugs automatically turn into the sit there, and then it runs back into the system real quickly, goes along, and every single one of these things is a programmable thing. So this one, spiked rebar, is going that direction, and it goes throughout. It gets to here. This is my oil refinery, which will take all the crude oil that I might put into it and turn it into fuel to be sorted. Yeah, every single thing, and it goes around the entire system until you have everything you need, and every single thing has its spot. The only thing that I wish I had for this, which season 2 I will be building one of these. I'll try to make it a little bit more fancier now that I have extra fancy stuff. Is I hope they implanted signs of some sort, so I will be able to look from here and be able to run to it. Because right now, I have one of two ways of seeing what's in it. I could look at this, and it'll tell me what's in it, or I can look inside. So yeah, I just look inside and go, oh, that's iron plates. Oh, that's concrete. So I hope for that to happen. Sure hope that's going to happen. And then it goes through the entire system, and then the last point it goes is right here. So things that don't get sorted. I don't know how my power slugs did not get sorted. You saw where yellow was supposed to go. Whatever, this is the stuff that doesn't get sorted. So I know moisture spheres and sewer sloops don't have a stuff. Alien organs, I thought, get converted, but that's okay. And then I have my filters. Make a thing you put stuff in. Yeah, I would love to do that. Unfortunately, I can't. There is no way of getting that particular thing where you can summon stuff. The sorting systems are not that complex. I did in that system have mostly intelligent sorters. I had a few of the more expensive supercomputer ones that would sort multiple things into it. I don't know if you watched any of their streams, but a while ago he was Snut was talking about how people were asking for overflow, where it would go to the right, and then if it couldn't go to the right and had overflow, instead of stopping completely, continuing forward. Yeah, on my interversation with him, I asked for that multiple times. I actually asked both of them for that. I would have asked Hannah for that too, except for the fact that she's an artist, so it wouldn't have done any good. Where are you? You're the basic train. Okay, well, let's just continue on. So here, these little things in front of here, all they do is put in the base elements into this train station. This train right here is the base element train. So all the stops throughout the entire base, I will have access. The first one sends things to this location, in which will go into my sorter base. So you put it into the first location on this train section, it will then sort it into my sorting section. But then anywhere in my bases that I have right now, I can get iron ore if I need it. That is my train. I can get, copper. I can get limestone, just all this stuff I have access to. And it's so nice. Okay, so let's just get in, sit down, have a cup of coffee in my train. So this has everything. It has all the base elements. So all the base elements will have iron. It has steel. It has aluminum. This one actually has computers on it because I had one section open and I needed it to a certain section that needed computers. Which was that? Oh yeah, turbo. The big thing I made, which was turbo motors. Okay, FaZe. I will see you on Wednesday though, hopefully. If I don't, then I will see you later. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And just so you guys know, the upper train is parts train, and it right now is not utilized as much as I was going to. Right now, all it has are iron plates, cement, and I believe some rods and a few other things. Nothing much after that. Okay, so here, this is so this is when I started using major tower stuff. This I utilized for mining a few things and then making it my weapons plant. So this one is more near where I started getting into my own, where things go into towers to have things sorted. This is the last remaining things for my coal power. Up there is where I was starting my personal train system. So yeah, over there, I'm not going to go over there. It's because all it is there's a coal miner goes through all these things to get more power, runs by my niter miner, then it takes 2 lanes of each one. You got niter and coal, and it runs it into the system, and either goes below, which some of it goes down for that type of stuff, and the other one just runs it into this particular train, which, you know, is part of the elements that it uses. Down here, it makes a lot of things, but mostly what it makes is all the things that hurt things that I can automate. So I can't automate guns because it's not in there. But Noblesques, it makes Noblesques for me. It makes bullets for me. It makes, what else does it make? It makes rebar bullets, which I never use. I have one for beacons, because beacons are used in Noblesques. So it makes all the stuff, and just look at all the organization I have on this one compared to all like the first ones I was doing. Goes down to a central zone, and it just goes along and branches off when it needs to. I love it. I love that I started figuring out how I wanted things to be. I also set it up for this right here, which I was utilizing for my tower, is this, which is a rudimentary store. So I have everything I need, but if I need spiked rebar, this is the area to get it. If I need beacons, got them. If I need Noblesques, which I do find it interesting that's not running Noblesques. Why aren't Noblesques running? I'm not going to worry about it. I should worry about it, but I'm not going to. Over there is more mining of stuff to get into this location for the iron that I needed, or copper. Over here, I was going to have all the bullets and everything run onto this one, which I didn't get to do. But I was going to at some point. It was part of the plan. Let this thing... Okay. I can tell you this right now. I'm going to look forward to Season 2, at least the beginning, which I won't have the stutters. I won't have it stop for me. Which I'm going to enjoy thoroughly. Okay, so over here was the second oil deposits that I found. And this one is where I started getting a little bit more advanced. And I set it up for turbo fuel. And I love it. The only downside to this is, and in hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. I should have belted the coal over here. So if I have an idea of having lots of trains in my next season, but honestly, I really should make sure that my coal is not dependent on anything. Or no, my power is not dependent on anything. So wherever I put power, it's going to be self-sufficient. Not reliant on anything else. Everything else can be reliant. Because I've had twice now where the train stopped running. Mainly because I didn't do the train properly. So something happened. The train was stuck on a hill. Oh yeah, over there is free power. You build them because you can. This is what main power is right here. So, parts, there's no parts down here to do, except for later on after I built my train. I decided this would be the best place to build computers, because computers are basically wire and oil. And a little bit of Keanedom. So, since I ship all that stuff around, I was easily able to offload coal for my turbo fuel and Keanedom and iron. Except for the fact I think over there, that right there is an iron mine, which I utilized. But this is main power. This became the main power I have. And this is me trying to get supercomputers going as much as possible. Or computers. Just computers. So it's running, I believe plastic is the low point on any of these. And I was trying to get plastic to run a little faster, but it's still doing pretty good. It's still doing too good. Like, this one is the one that runs a little bit faster. Those ones are down the line a little bit. But I think I did a pretty good job on this one. It is really, like, it goes around in the loop. So it gets everything in from wherever it is, goes around, it builds things, and then puts them back on the central line. And I like that much better. I do. I might utilize that a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. I believe that's just oil over there. I believe there's oil underneath that. Let me show you. Here we go. And the only really big downside is I don't have pillars. So everything's floating. It's ugh. But look, this one right here is mainly, they finish off all the super fuel. This is all super fuel, right? Yeah, turbo fuel. This is all turbo fuel, and I have a redundant system right here of a lot of turbo fuel. Oh yeah, what I was gonna do would be this. So like on the back, everything's gonna go a little faster because it's gonna utilize this one now, going up and down. But this one makes all the turbo fuel in its grandeur. So making compact coal, bringing in fuel, then combining those two to make the turbo fuel. And then in here, just snaking all the way back is just nothing but fuel generators making the fuel. Making power, I should say. And right now, I haven't had too much trouble. I don't super overdo it. Down here, I siphoned off just a little bit of stuff for making all the stuff I need for the computers up above, and also putting them on my train for having copper anywhere or like plastic anytime I need it, rubber anytime I need it, fuel for on the train, which I've utilized several times. Oh yeah, I was running out of rubber so much, and now I'm running out of. There's always going to be a low man on the totem pole. Oh well. So now plastic's the low one instead of rubber. Oh well. But this is my power plant. The plan was after I finished my train, my personal train, I was gonna finally do. We'll start figuring out uranium. But then, then I had my interversations, and we figured out that I was going to start from scratch. So, I dropped everything and started doing what I think was way more fun, at least at the moment in my life, and started doing the science to figure out what I could and couldn't do in preparation for what I was going to have my next base be. The only downside is all my science designs all were going to be awesome, but they were reliant on having some successes in my science series, and I had nothing but failures. Trains don't run the way I need them to. So I'm hoping in update 3 I'm going to have to do some science again to see if trains can automatically switch tracks depending on where they need to go. That's all I need, is to have them switch the tracks. I really wish I didn't have to rely on my train to get around, but that's okay. So we can run this way. Subscription to Keanedom. If you're new here, subscribe. I know a lot of people who watch me aren't subscribed. Come on, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. But, it's all you guys. It's up to you guys. So that being said, over here is when I started utilizing Tier 7, which is aluminum. Let's get over here a little bit faster. Not going to be too much faster, but a little bit faster. Here we go. Running over here because my trains are slow. Here we go. Here's aluminum. So the downside I have always found with aluminum, and the critique most people have with aluminum, is getting aluminum to your whatever base is making your aluminum is always a pain. Always a pain to get aluminum to do what you want it to do. So for me, the nearest aluminum from where I needed it was also the nearest, well, the second nearest where I could get. Oh no, okay, I remember now. It was where I was getting my crystal. It was slightly past where I was getting my crystal. Which when I was getting my crystal, would run up, and I had over there where I did my last doggo search ended up, which is why I know about it. I would go up the hill, and I would get to a location which had all my crystal stuff. So up here, is this my personal one? Yeah, I made this, for a while this was just an empty box, which had my stuff come through, my bauxite. Um, so bauxite's over there. You have each one that runs up to a tower, and everything just runs down through all my towers, which I love. Runs into here. Then I had like a big box at one point, and then when I decided to use my make a personal train station, I utilized this height because it was the highest point I had in my base to utilize my train station, which of course Jay started watching me. I started doing interversations with them, finding out that I really should start from scratch, and so I didn't finish it. And I apologize, guys. I probably could have finished it, and it would have been pretty, and you guys would have enjoyed that. I just didn't. I kept seeing that I wouldn't utilize it in any way. So down here is where, up there in that little area, is where I had my crystal. And up there was where I had my bauxite. So I decided right over here would be the perfect place to put them all together and get them all set up for making aluminum. And this is my aluminum plant, and I'm utilizing my favorite thing now, which is putting belts through top things and making them hook to the top, which makes it look so nice. I'm so curious on walls now. So if I could put multiple things on walls instead of utilizing that, I might switch. I don't know. There's so much new stuff that I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do it. I love it. I'm going to have so much fun. Okay, what is this build? This is my radio control units. Yep, this is where I make my radio control units. So this one should be turbo motors. Nope, that's oscillators. Where do I have it? I think they're going this direction. Yep, okay, so yeah. Everything coming in, going into these. Enough. Getting added to all the other stuff I had over here for the final push, which is my turbo motors. Love it. And here's all my turbo motors. You can tell I use a lot of turbo motors. It's practically empty. But yeah, this is this base right here. And my plan before I did anything was that I was going to... I missed the train. That's okay. I will figure it out. I was going to, off this direction, I was going to find where uranium was. I did find uranium. The Doggo episode, which you can go look at. I find uranium. I found a really, really good place to get uranium in that one. Even though I wasn't looking for uranium, I was looking for, Doggo Cave, but that's okay. I thought I was going to have to go in that direction over there and make the uranium, make my fuel nodes and everything like over there. But luckily for me, I did not have to do that. Okay, so I might have to wait for the train for this. So I know for most people out there, and you guys would have to tell me, everyone else who makes stuff in this game, you guys, as far as I know, tend to have things go out into the world and grab all your resources and pull it to a central location. And in the central location, you have everything getting built. and then going into right next to the central location, which is your huge storage section. And I've seen like 90% of the pictures I'm seeing that's what you guys do. And I find it fascinating. But here's the thing, the reason why I do everything the way I do it. You guys are all doing that, and you guys are doing it very, very well. And if you want to see the guy who does it probably crazier than most, even though I've seen some really awesome builds on a Facebook group I'm on. Sorry. I Am Kibitz, which is the YouTuber I know that utilizes that. Go out and grab stuff and pull it into your the central location, and then refine it, which is, with the greatest amount of effort. Whereas I have decided that since you guys are all doing it that way, and you guys are doing that way really, really well, when you watch other people, you could watch, if you want to, like, lots of people are doing it, so I'm not going to be different than anyone else. If I bring everything to a central location and refine it, I put satellites. So basically, the way I see it, I know I'm being philosophical while I wait for my train. This is not the section I need to be in. This is the one I need to be in over here. Is you got the big brain. I don't know why I came up with this, but you got the big brain and the hive mind. So the big brain goes out, grabs things, brings it up to their central brain unit, and they think about it in great detail. Whereas I love using the hive mind. I have a whole bunch of satellite stuff, which I hope to figure out a really good way to have them work together in unison, and they're going to be spread out over the map, but you work together, and I'm going to have to try to figure that out. That's going to be my goal for Season 2, is to make a hive mind. I just have to figure out the link, the hive mind link, and I wanted to use trains, and I still want to use trains. I want trains to be my hive mind link that will connect all my little builds. So like if I have an iron mine making this particular product, it will be able to bring into the collective and then help everything else along the way. Where I have, like, each iron node, instead of making just iron and bringing it to a central location, they'll build whatever it is I have them build. So this iron 9s will build iron rods, and will bring it into the collective, which will be the trains. And I'm hoping that's what I would love to do for Season 2. Boy, my train is taking a long time to get here. I'm hoping that's what I can do. And provided they did a little bit of tweak with the trains, I'll be able to do that. I do have to, after I get off of here, I need to tweet at Jace and Jace Nut and Hannah and see if I can get an interversation with all three of them. That will be my goal. See if I can do it. If they can't, they can't. Maybe I'll be able to get one of them or two of them. But I'm going to try to get all three. For, like... Because I think that would be great for, like... I was thinking, the first week... The first week in, March. So, like, 3 weeks away. I'm hoping I can do that. I think you guys would really, really enjoy being able to get about a month of figuring out all the new fancy stuff and how it works. And then you're going to come up with hundreds of questions. And then hopefully you come to my channel and you're able to ask those questions to all three of them. So if it's a programming question, you got Snut and Jace, who, both are decent, really good programmers. If you have a map question, I'm hoping Hannah will be able to fix it out. So I'm gonna have to tweet them after this is all over. To see if they'll do that. Okay, I have my train. Let's see what it loads and unloads, and then we're gonna... I don't have much left, guys. Oh yeah, nothing's moving because I'm not utilizing anything anymore. But yeah, right over there is where I was gonna do my power. When I was going to do it. That was going to be my personal train. Well, that was going to be my personal train up there. It goes to the central location and stops. So I didn't quite finish it. But this train right here, which like goes around the bend. Oh, I went to 2 stops. Actually, I got a little further. Goes over here, and then you have fog lift, and you can see it. I love it. There's fog again, and then fog will lift again as I get over here. It's just awesome. And then someone dared me to do that. Here's a hint. You should subscribe. That is where I first got my Niter. I think that's my first Niter base. I belted it over, and I don't like how, like, I didn't belt it very well. There's my experimentation in how trains work, which is pretty good. And here we are, where it slows down dramatically. I think it just So there you go. That is my base. There's a lot of things all over the map, and yeah, and I hope to do a better job of it next season. I like the hive mind analogy and how I want it to work, and what I hope they get trains to let me do what I want to do. I had so much fun for season 1, and we have a lot of fun. So, if you guys can do me a favor, what things did you like that I did? What are things that you didn't like that I did? I will try to, I utilize that stuff in my planning process. Another thing I did right here where I am. It's actually exactly where I am right now. I demolished it to build this. I utilized my first power. So it was a building that had 2 containers. One had a green outline door. One had a brown outline door. So you put the green in you put your leaves in the green one. You put your wood in the other one. It would go in, sort properly, do its thing, come back, and up above I would have biofuel all ready to go, and it would I would be able to put it in my power for that particular thing. I loved that thing. I thought it was pretty smart. And then I unlocked, slightly after that, I unlocked the sorter. So I removed the fact that you had to sort it yourself, put it in a specific location. And I made it so it sorted it for you, which was pretty good. I love that. So, yeah. So let me know what you liked, what I did. I know I'm going to do a sorting building in the other system, and I know I'm going to do the hive mind mentality of trying to get a whole bunch of independent buildings which then work together to accomplish the end goal versus what everyone else does, which is usually the big brain, which is bring everything to a central location and utilize that. The only downside is you don't see the grandeur of a huge, gigantic base with belts going all over the place. Yeah, I don't get to play with that. I always like watching other people because, oh my goodness, you guys do it so well. Belts on each other, swinging around, going around each other. Oh, I love it. You guys do a good job. Love watching all the pics of people who do this huge build of bringing everything in and doing things with it. And then you got me and my little builds all over the place. But then you can see, like, everything works together. And I hope that I do things just slightly different enough that, give you ideas for your builds everywhere they are. But that's basically it. I got my pet slug up there. I never grabbed him because I never wanted to. / in the beginning when I did want to, I didn't have any way to get over there and not die. But yeah, the new zone. So tomorrow we start season 2. And I'm going to start in the new section. Since they revamped it and made it so a beginning section, might will utilize it, especially because I've never been there. It's the reason why I've never been there. I don't know anything that's over there. I know they revamped it so that no one technically has been there anymore, but I've never even been that side of the map. So everything will be new. I don't know where I'm going to start. I don't know how I'm going to set anything up. It has way more unknowns, and that to me is just, yeah, we're going to have fun. And then I'm going to do it all this week. So this is just the thing that people have been asking me about to do before I start season 2. And so I let you guys see everything I did. If you're really, really curious, I finally will get this into my playlist, and you'll be able to see a lot. I have a lot of videos on this. I am going to, for this new season, number them. So I know I started a way of doing my videos where I didn't number them. And if I started it without a number system, I kept it without a number system. And the only way you were able to figure out what was in front of things and what was behind things is if you went to my playlist, which not everyone does. So it's counterproductive. I'm gonna have to put a numbering system so that you guys know what happens first, what happens second, what happens third. Also, when you get a numbering system, you know like how many videos I've had. 'Cause I don't even know how many videos I had. Let's find out. I don't know how many videos I have for this particular Satisfactory season. Now look, I'm live with a couple people watching me. Actually, most of them are in the playlist for the season, mind you. And according to this, I have... It's capitalized Satisfactory, I think is what I called it. Oh, come on. Just let me know. Where are you? I've been doing this for a while. Holy moly. Favorites. Satisfactory. Come on. Oh, I renamed it Satisfactory Season 1. There you go. Satisfactory Season 1. At least 45 videos. So that isn't as much as I thought it was. I thought it was more videos. According to them, I have 45. So I might, at this moment, have 46, 47. I don't count all my science with Satisfactory. Those were... I know they're on this map, and you can see what I did. But I wasn't building anything. So I guess if you count those, I have like 55. And then, of course, my search for Doggo, because Hannah told me about that. I had to go look for it. I failed miserably, but that's science for you. Science is when you fail a lot. Science is 99% fail, 1% success, and that 1% success gets you things like Velcro. And even then, that 99% failure, you're going after one thing, and you're like, I failed at making the next, what was it? What are some good failures? Like Post-its are a good failure. Post-its you have because they failed to do one thing, and they succeeded in making another while they failed. It's awesome. I love it. Science is failure. I think I would have been a pretty good scientist if I had the aptitude to do things like that. I'd rather make people laugh. So hopefully I'm entertaining. And I'm out of... My base is done. I already showed you the entire base and how it works. I don't have anything else to show you. I could sit here and talk to you for a while. I see people popping in here and there, seeing what I'm up to and leaving. But if you're new here and you want to see a new way of doing bases in Satisfactory Season 2, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I hope I make it. I would love to get 1,000 so that, you know, every once in a while I'll get $1 or $2 and be able to put it towards a video game or a new mic or something. That's always the goal. And then hit the bell. I stream Monday through Thursday, noon to 2. And on Fridays, I go 11 to 1. Because my kids get home early. And thank you for coming to watch me talk about my base. And the little bit of time where I was talking about how old I was. Yeah. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, no one's in talking with me. I basically, it was FaZe who talked to me for a little while. And that's it. Calling me a boomer. Oh well. I will see you guys tomorrow then. I'll get everything ready to go. I'll get everything situated. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I know that... Oh yeah, before I switch that. The way my work is right now, I get home really late. I mean, like I get home in the middle of the night. Actually, it's not even the middle of the night. It's after midnight. So I'm asleep up until slightly before I start streaming. I wake up, I go grab some food, I grab some caffeine, I scarf it down. Uh-oh. Let's refresh that. I scarf it down and then I start my thing. So I don't get all the cool things that they're doing over at Coffee Stain. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't get it. So I won't be able to see their awesome countdown, which I believe starts, I believe it's at 4 p.m. here, no, 4 a.m. I think it's 4 a.m. here, so it will be way old before I start doing my stream. I hopefully will have everything downloaded. I will then get over here, and we'll hit the ground running. And hopefully you guys have done a little bit, so you can nudge me in ways to find out all the new cool stuff in the new zone, and we'll have fun. So I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, at least for me. And I will see you guys later. Don't hesitate to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching me today, and can't wait to see what Season 2 does. Sayonara.